Kangaroo Joe hit me. He said, is Texas going to take a step forward again this year or a step back? So Texas did not win the national title last year. So, everyone wants a step forward, which is fair. It's Texas. And to whom much is given, much is expected, blah, blah, blah. Although there's validity to that. But man, to take a step forward, there's not much else they can do. They got to win the SEC and I guess go to the national title game or win the national title. Those would be examples of steps forward, right? Okay. Do we think that's more likely? Or do we think it's more likely that being thin at tight end and relying on very young wide receivers and replacing the majority of the offensive line and the interior of the defensive line, do we think with the new starting quarterback that they may take a step back? Now, as is the case with Georgia, as is the case with Ohio State, when you're talking about these teams, not all returning production numbers are equal. Yeah, Texas is below 50% returning production. And yeah, they are starting some new guys. Well, lesser known guys on the interior of the defensive line and across the offensive line. And yeah, that quarterback is relatively new. But here's the thing. Everybody in America wanted all those players, and Texas got them. So, again, in Austin, Texas, one of the few places they could be breeding All-Americans come December you don't know the name of the previous April. That's the way it happens at a place like Texas. Their strength of schedule is favorable. They have got by our records, by our count. Hey, quick timeout. Check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, make sure you do. It's free. It doesn't obligate you or sign you up for anything. It just helps us keep the channel free. All right, back to the show. They've got the 13th out of 16th in the SEC in terms of strength of schedule. Now, listen, it's all relative because in the SEC, having a bottom-tier strength of schedule still makes you go to Georgia, to Florida, Oklahoma neutral site, and they also go to Ohio State week 1. So, like I said, that's all relative. Their out-of-conference schedules, nothing. I say that. Excuse me. I take it back, I take it back, I take it back. Because John Bianco will jump down my throat, rightfully so, if I just let that go unchecked. After the Ohio State game, their other out-of-conference games are San Jose State and UTEP and Sam Houston. So, my apologies there. Two big in-state rivals there. They're 103rd in returning production. I think it's more likely they take a step back. It's more likely. It's not time to predict yet. But man, let's say they do. Let's say the bottom falls out and Texas goes 9-3. Progress is not always linear. People really struggle with this concept. But see, I'm a believer there is a world, could be Texas, could be anyone else, where they have one fewer wins this year, but yet the program continues to grow or progress, whatever words you want to use there. But you are what your record says you are crowd would tell you, well, that's impossible. Why? Because you are what your record says you are. So if you're not as good or better than you were last year in the win-loss column, you didn't progress. Well, that's not always true. However, that is how you get judged. So progress is not always perfectly linear. And I assume the spirit of this question when you asked, will they take a step forward or not, is will they have a better record or will they have a better finish to the season? It's not impossible, but it is easier for me to see them taking a little step back than step forward. We've rained on some parades tonight. I don't mean it to be a negative show. It's April 6th. Give me a break. And I'm sitting in a room alone, so no one's arguing with me, but I just imagine it.